On today's episode of the Cryptoverse, Gab, the direct competitor to Twitter, is going to accept Bitcoin as payment due to the payment blockade against them continuing. My prediction that there is going to be a crypto Forex market, that's coming true. Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, is now Dr. Buterin. Quote, Ethereum developers are starting to panic, close quote, according to Afri from the Ethereum parity team, and EOSBet becomes the first on-chain casino to receive a gambling license. I'm not entirely sure about that one, so stick around because I want your opinion on that one. Those are the topics I'd like to cover in today's video. Timestamps, as always, are down in the description if you want to skip ahead. And also, if you would like to earn a passive income in Bitcoin by spreading cryptocurrency education, then what I invite you to do today is to join the affiliate program for Cryptoversity, which is my online school that teaches people about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and blockchains via online courses. So the money I would have otherwise spent on advertising to get new students will go to you as a commission whenever you refer a new student. So it doesn't cost me anything extra. It doesn't cost the new student anything extra, right? They pay the same tuition fee as everyone else, and I'm paying out the same amount in advertising. It just goes to individual promoters instead of huge advertising corporations in a true win-win style. Plus, the best way to support crypto is to use it, which is what I'm doing with my affiliate program here. For now though, let's get into the stories. Twitter alternative, Gab, is going to accept payment in Bitcoin due to a payment blockade against them. So in an email sent out to all their users, of which I am one, here is the email. So in the second paragraph here, it says, unfortunately, we shall not have been able to get a new payment processor, although we are accepting checks to our PO box and will be integrating Bitcoin as a payment option shortly. Can you believe that? So like Stripe banned them, PayPal banned them, they can't process payments. They have just raised like $1 million or something in a crowdfund, but can't accept payments for Gab Pro, or whatever they call it. Problem. So they're accepting checks by mail. That's what they're having to resort to. It's a good job checks are still around, right? Next thing you know, we'll be mailing them cash or something. But of course, we don't need to mail cash. We've got peer-to-peer digital cash. So good news. Very good news. Nothing really much to say about that other than Gab are accepting Bitcoin, and the glacier of crypto adoption continues to slide down the mountain in its unstoppable fashion. Next story. My prediction that there will be a crypto-based Forex market is starting to happen. So this isn't exactly a bang up-to-date story, but there's this Malta-based company called Stasis that launched a euro-backed stablecoin, right? So this is not my preferred method of doing this, right? Frankly, it's a free market, so there's nothing I can do to stop it. And innovation, free innovation, that's fine. What I would personally rather do, rather than creating like a euro stablecoin that's backed by real euro deposits, and then create a British pound stablecoin, which in turn is backed by real British pounds in some bank account, I would personally prefer crypto exchanges, right, to allow their customers to buy US dollar-based stablecoins with their local currency. So I gave a shout out to Coinbase and said, look, Coinbase, if you're listening to this, please let me do what I do, which is transfer British pounds from my bank account to my Coinbase account, and then let me use those British pounds to buy Circle dollars, right, in a fiat to crypto Forex trade, right? So, or in this case, a euro to crypto Forex trade. So this would be like real euros deposited with Kraken, say, traded for Circle dollars, and there we go, right? That's a hybrid fiat to crypto trade from real fiat to crypto stablecoin in dollars, right? So the reason for this is this would concentrate liquidity in crypto markets that trade against the dollar, right? And this would reduce volatility, and it would reduce the effect of manipulation, right? Because manipulation, the solution to that is liquidity. Liquidity will smooth all of that out, right? So you can manipulate, say, the Forex, the real Forex markets. You can try and manipulate that if you like, but with 5 trillion a day in liquidity, you've kind of got a problem. You need to have an ungodly amount of money to move the Forex markets even a little bit. For example, if we look up the the EURS, it's EURS is the ticker symbol for this euro-based stablecoin. I'm going to pull it up on CoinMarketCap here. So let's hop over to CoinMarketCap and type in EURS. So the Stasis Euro. What do we see here? An absolutely pathetic $60,000, $64,000 of daily volume. So bear in mind, this stablecoin was launched back in like July of 2018, and it still only has just over 60,000 a day in volume. That's why I'm saying we shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be creating euro stablecoins and pound stablecoins. Yes, their liquidity will increase over time, but it makes more sense to me to do what I said, right? So there is this sort of crypto Forex market forming. For example, there's the EURS market against Tether and DAI, for example. So let's just go back to CoinMarketCap for a second here. If we go to the markets tab, like BTC, for example, have their EURS stablecoin trading against USDT. So that's two crypto stablecoins trading against each other. Also, I thought I saw, there it is, BTC, the euro stablecoin against the DAI, which is the on-chain algorithmically stabilized crypto on Ethereum. So this is interesting. But to me, it still makes more sense for fiat deposits with exchanges to be allowed to be used to convert to crypto stablecoins in dollars. So any major exchanges that listen to the show today, you can be the first to market with that idea. I don't mind. On to the next story. Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, has been awarded with an honorary doctorate. So here's a photo of Vitalik Buterin holding up an enormous sheet of paper from the University of Basel, that's Switzerland by the way, and awards him an honorary doctorate in economics for his ingenious incentive model and game theory that was employed in Ethereum. Now this is a big win for the crypto community at large because titles matter in the old financial system and kind of at the academic world at large. Now we all know that Vitalik has the intellectual clout, but that matters not if the other person isn't even listening to you because they just see you as some young computer science kid, right? So I'm sure he's come across that problem of people who don't know who he is. And he has difficulty being taken seriously until they realize who he is, right? But now, when an academic or a business person in an audience sees Dr. Vitalik Buterin on the speaker's roster for an event, well, their minds will be more positively calibrated even before he speaks or turns up. Now, that's my belief anyway, right? The world is largely superficial, so having 2 extra letters in front of your name goes a long way. Now on to some slightly more frustrating news about Ethereum. So this is this quote from Afri Schoedon of Parity's Ethereum team. Quote, developers have started to panic saying, hey, we really need to find intermediate solutions, close quote. Now this is in reference to Ethereum's development roadmap, which, excuse me, which kind of now feels like the donkey that's trying to get the carrot dangled in front of them, and the carrot is on like a fishing rod. So no matter how much time passes and how much ground you cover, it always seems to be the same distance away, right? That's kind of like the donkey's plight. And the same thing kind of feels the same with the Ethereum scaling solutions and so on. So while that's happening, the competition for decentralized application platforms continues to heat up from the likes of EOS and Tron, but also from the likes of the non-blockchain based technologies like Hedera Hashgraph and Holochain. So Ethereum 1x is the title that's being given to this set of upgrades that can be put in place in the medium term, since the Ethereum 2.0 upgrades that everyone's waiting for are not due to go into production until 2020, according to Afri. So while this interim approach sounds encouraging, we're still looking at like June 2019 at best. The problem with that is that by then, many more apps will have launched and settled on platforms like EOS and Tron. On to the next story. For example, EOSBet becomes the first licensed on-chain blockchain casino. So Cryptoverse.com reported this story. popular decentralized gaming app or gambling app EOSBet becomes the first open source casino on the EOS network to receive an online gambling license. So the question is, the EOS fanboy in me just kind of wants to accept this blindly. However, I find it hard to believe that none of the other on-chain based casinos like the Ethereum based casinos have an online gambling license. So is this like EOSBet is the first EOS based casino to get a license, or is this EOSBet is the first ever blockchain based casino period to get a gambling license? I don't know. So please help me out on this one. Post in the comments below and include any links or any sources that prove another online casino, blockchain-based casino, got a license before this, because we want to make sure we're basing our decisions on accurate information here. Anyway, the story is that EOSBet has received an online gambling license from the Curacao e-gaming organization. Now, in a world of open source projects, assets like this, a gambling license, are huge competitive advantages, because you can see on EOS, like, there's Bet Dice and there's a bunch of these dice games that look exactly the same because they've just ripped off the open source code. So how do you differentiate? How do you compete with assets like this? So just to wrap this up, if we check on DApp Radar, we can look at the stats for EOSBet. So EOSBet is currently the #1 most used app on EOS by number of users. For example, in the last 24 hours, over 10,000 people have used the app. And in the last 24 hours, 190,000 odd transactions have been processed by that app alone. So pretty good stuff. I mean, 10,000 users per day. In the real app world, it's a relatively small app. But in the world of decentralized applications, that's pretty big. But that is all I've got for you today. So if you liked this episode, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. And if you would like access to my very best material, such as my suite of online courses, they will teach you everything from blockchain security essentials through to trading cryptocurrencies. You may want to check out my online school, which is Cryptoverse. That will be linked down in the show notes for you. Other than that, I will be back with the next episode of the Cryptoverse. Until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.